Everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and I'm also known as Thrifty Boss Babe here on YouTube and also on Instagram. If you like this video, please check the like button and then also follow me on my other pages. Today we're going to talk about the 6 things you should do before you try to start your debt-free rants. We can really talk about the 6 things once you really are determined, willing to put in the hard work and willing to sacrifice in order to become debt-free. The first thing is you should really reduce everything you have. Yes, you need to be minimalist. I cannot say enough good things about becoming a minimalist and making sure that I've reduced everything that I really do not need. I'm still working on it all the time and I'm still getting rid of stuff every single day. But as long as you have in your mindset of the things that you really need and the things that you need to get rid of, you can start to pursue to be a little bit more minimalist in your mindset. Just try to get rid of as much stuff as you possibly can in your house, in your car, at work, whatever it is that you're spending too much time on, too much mind space on, or just really don't even care about anymore. It's time to get rid of it now so then you can pursue the things that you really want to do, which one of them would be to get debt free. The second thing is increase your income. Now I know this is like, well, duh. If I increase my income, then I wouldn't have so much debt. But honestly, there's so many things that you can do to increase your income that we really don't think about day to day. I'm going to be starting a vlog about different side hustles that either a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad can do to make a little extra income, or even just a working person on the weekends. I should be starting that pretty soon. Hopefully when my son goes to daycare full time, I'll be able to pursue that a little more for you guys and be able to tell you a start date that I'll be doing those vlogs. But please look out for those soon, and please subscribe so then you'll know exactly when those vlogs will start and I can start showing you all the different things that I've done in the past, as well as new ideas about how to do a side hustle that can really be profitable for you and your family. I have at least 3 side hustles going on at once, especially when we were trying to get out of debt. It could be anything as small from, selling cookies or baked goods on the side to, for me, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I was doing a lot of hair on the side for family and friends and just neighbors, as well as just selling things. I have an eBay store as well, and I'm also pursuing Amazon. So little things like that can really increase your income dramatically and could even be your main source of income for the future. The third thing would be to change your mindset. It's so easy to get negative and down on yourself when you're trying to get out of debt. And it's also really, really hard to not feel like you're missing out on things whenever you're constantly having to say no to people. What I learned to do when I was getting out of debt, even before I was getting out of debt, is being able to say yes to people, but changing what you were doing. So for instance, if my friend wanted to go out for coffee, this may not be right, but sometimes I would bring my own coffee with me from home. Or if somebody wanted to, go out and, go to the movies, suggest that they come to your house and have a stay-in movie date instead. Little things like that to help you save money can really make a big difference when it comes to your monthly budget. Those little expenses add up so fast, and being able to say no and to also change your mindset about, I am saving money, so I'm not going to be able to do anything I want to do. That's simply not true. You can have ways to work around and still do fun things and experience life without having to spend as much money. And we'll continue to talk about that on my channel, but you won't know until you subscribe. Also, the fourth thing you need to do is decide on your absolute necessities. We have 5 absolute necessities in our budget, and to this day, it's the only thing that's really on our budget. The first is you need to have a roof over your head and you need to pay for your utilities that go with that. I mean, that's kind of obvious. You have to pay for rent or your mortgage, and you have to pay for all the utilities that go with that. There are ways to reduce all of those utilities as well as reduce your mortgage payment. Like me, I lived in an RV. That's one of the ways to reduce your mortgage payment, is to not have one at all. But if that's not possible for you, just find little ways to reduce your expenses when it comes to having a roof over your head. The second one is food. Obviously, you need to eat. You need to eat to survive. But there's little things here and there that you can do to save money when it comes to food. First of all, never eat out. Always have something from home. That means packing a lunch anywhere you go, having snacks for the kids already prepared in your car. Any little thing you can do to bring from home, from the grocery store or whatever, will save you money. Eating out, it takes so much of your budget. I know that even now that we have a budget for eating out, we still sometimes go over every month because it's so easy to overspend when you're out at restaurants. If you do want to treat yourself to going out, I wouldn't suggest it, but if you absolutely have to, never order appetizers, always drink water, and share a meal with your partner if you can. I know that they always give too much food when it comes to restaurants, and my husband and I will very often share a meal in order just to save a little extra money. And then they also have coupons for a lot of the chain restaurants, and even local restaurants will have coupons that come out in monthly flyers that you get in the mail or in the newspaper. So definitely make sure that you're at least eating cheap when you go out to eat, if not at all. The third thing is insurance and health care. Obviously, you have to pay for health insurance, and you have to pay for the little things that go along with your health, such as prescription medications or vitamins or anything that has to do with your health. It's important to stay healthy and to make sure that you're, taking care of yourself, even when you're getting out of debt. It's very easy to get too cheap when it comes to your health, but I really think it's not a good idea to put your health at risk in order to get out of debt. There are so many other ways to save money than to put your health at risk. The fourth thing is transportation. Obviously, anything that has to do with your car, any way that you get to work, whether that's the subway, the train, or whatever. I live in a rural area, so unfortunately we have to have a car, but sometimes there were ways that we could work around only having one vehicle, sharing a vehicle with my husband whenever he didn't have to work so much or when he wasn't gone. I was a stay-at-home mom a lot of the times, so we could have one vehicle or just not drive the other one, and be able to save on gas money and expenses that cars have, such as oil changes and upkeep and whatnot. So there are definitely ways to reduce your spending as far as transportation, but it's definitely a necessity in order for you to be able to make money and get around. The fifth thing is, for us, we have a lot of side hustles and businesses going on. So it's really important that we put that in our budget for every single month, so we know how much money we want to put of our own back into our business. I have a separate account when it comes to my business, and I'll talk more about this later on in the video, but it's really important to keep everything separate when it comes to a business. However, we do put a little bit extra of our own money into certain things in order to be able to start new businesses. So we definitely make sure that we're keeping track of all that in our budget. And those are our 5 main things that are absolute complete necessities that we budget for ourselves every single month. That is just not a negotiation. However, there's always room for improvement in these areas, and you should always look for ways to be able to decrease your necessity, so then you're not spending a lot of your income on each one of these topics. This fifth thing is to separate everything. We have 10 different banking accounts. Some of them are savings, some of them are checking. Really, we just separate it for the main reason that when we did the Dave Ramsey system, he recommends using all cash. And I realized very quickly that I am very forgetful and I lose things very often. And I was always worried about losing all this cash that I had in my wallet all the time, and I just didn't feel comfortable carrying that much cash around with me as well. So what we did is we split our bank accounts up into all of our expenditures and different checking accounts. We have USA, which is awesome because my husband was in the military, and they are just completely amazing and don't charge us really any fees at all. So it didn't cost us any extra to have all these different checking accounts to be able to keep track of all our different expenses in each account. And we also have different savings accounts as well. Every little thing that we wanted to save for throughout the year, we had a separate savings account for. Like right now, we're trying to save cash for a house, so we have a separate savings account specifically just to put cash in to save for a house. We also have our emergency savings that completely is untouched unless we have a complete emergency. And then we also have a education savings for each one of our children. These things are really important as well because they really help you save a little bit here and there. Even if you can only put a little bit in each category, it really helps just keep everything separated. You know exactly what this is supposed to be saved for, and it's for tax reasons. It's very important as well. It makes it a lot easier. I also have a separate business checking account, which it's connected to our main account. However, it's completely separate and only has my name on it. I do this for tax reasons as well as just to keep myself in check, knowing exactly what is coming in and what is coming out, and being able to keep track of that is so important for your taxes, especially when you're doing a 1099 on your income report for your tax season. I think that's all I really wanted to cover, except the last main thing, which is so important if you are not a single person and you are married or have a partner or have a family, is just get everybody on the same page. Make it exciting. Make it a common goal for the whole family to get out of debt. Even the kids, let them know what's going on. They'll be excited when it comes to, you know, trying to do this and that, and they'll understand whenever you have to tell them, no, I'm sorry, we just can't afford that right now. And to be honest, I feel like with your children and with your family and with your spouse or your partner, I think it's so important to be able to share that same goal with the entire family and to just open up about what you want to do. They'll be much more likely to get on board if you're open and positive and happy about it, and talk about the goals that you have and some major changes that could happen in your life. For instance, my husband and I really have 5 years, 10 years, 20-year goals that we're super excited about and that we both want to do together. We both come up with those goals together. And if you can talk about that and dream with your spouse or your family about what your future could possibly look like if you got out of debt, the more excited and happy they are going to be about starting this journey with you. So those are the 6 major things you should do before starting your debt-free journey. If you have any questions, as always, put it in the comments below, or you could message me if you don't want to put it out there in the cyberspace. Go ahead and give a like button to this video and also if you want to see more of these videos about our debt-free journey, go ahead and give me a like as well. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope this has helped you to become debt-free.